Hey there, welcome back to our channel, and if you're here the first time, welcome to Ethereal Arts Studio, where I'm an artist, you're an artist, we are all artists. My name is Juan Scribe, and today I sculpted the Blob. Now let me show you how I did this, but before I do that, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button as well.
So as always, I start off with a sketch so that I can become inspired to do the project, and also for scale and proportion. Once I have my sketch, then I proceed to make the armature or the skeleton for the model using some wires and tape as well as aluminum foil. So after I mount the sculpture, then I soften the clay up with a mallet and then I apply it, and I want it to be tight. I want to pack it on tightly so that there's no air bubbles. So at first I'm just using my fingers and my hands. Then I begin to use tools, a variety of tools, to achieve different textures on the model. Now, I have an advantage. Usually the sculpture, is very smooth. The last one, Batgirl, was very, very difficult because the texture has to be a certain way. But with the Blob, I have a lot of space for it to be bumpy and to be all sorts of uneven. So here I'm sculpting Paul Taylor's hand. Paul Taylor, played by Donovan Leitch, who came at it in the film as if he was going to be the hero. Now, I don't want to spoil the film, but it is a terrific film, so you should watch it. Directed by Chuck Russell and starring Shawnee Smith and Kevin Dillon. I mentioned this in the previous Blob video that I had done, which is an awesome paint and sip that you should definitely check out in my tutorials playlist. But I mentioned that the Blob is really the only film that I can remember that as a child I wanted to walk out because I was too frightened and too scared. And it was exactly this scene with Paul Taylor being consumed by the Blob that it just did it. And I asked my dad, can I please go in the other room? And of course he obliged. But that, so far in my whole life, that is the only time that a movie has had that effect on me. So with this sculpture, I opted for acrylic paint and paintbrushes as opposed to airbrush. And that is because I want the texture to be very gooey and liquidy. I'm also going to use some materials that I haven't used previously. I'm actually going to use some epoxy resin, which is right here. I'm going to use some epoxy resin to make the extra layer of goo, first on the top of his head, and then a little bit here and there. I'm also going to use a hot glue gun, and that is to add some of the goo that is dripping all over from his face and elsewhere where it is all melting. And the last step is to add some gloss varnish everywhere except his arm so that it could all look very wet. To all my fellow horror fans, I want to thank you for watching the video. Check out our other videos too. We have Hellraiser, The Thing, The Fly, and so much more. Sculpting videos, tutorials. Subscribe to our channel now, and also hit the notification button. And check out etherealartsstudio.com.